Word master.
Uh-oh! Well, I made it. I'm a superhero, and I've learned loads of stuff along the way. Stuff about me, stuff about other people, and lots of stuff about words. What about you? Did you learn anything while I was busy saving Josie and Peter and defeating the evil Victor virus? Huh? Maybe it's time you did a bit of work. I mean, you can't expect me to do everything around here. Now, I've got a list somewhere. Ah, here. You see, all of these are things that Burley uses when she's writing a new story. And she used them all while she was writing my story. Words. They're what you need when you're writing a story. Loads of different kinds of words. Nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs. They're all here. You've got to be careful not to get these two mixed up, by the way. These are really important. Adjectives and adverbs. You see, they're both describing words, but they are a bit different. The adjectives tell you what things are like. See? Blue. Fast. Clever. Remind you of anyone? And the adverbs describe how things are done. Quickly. Carefully. Or clumsily. Whoa, ho! Oh dear. And don't forget, adverbs are quite easy to spot because most of them end in ly. As Lord Hamish found out when he tried to fly over that waterfall. Remember him? See how many adverbs you can spot here. You should be able to find 7 adverbs.
Oh, my name is Lord Hamish. Whoa!
What's the matter?
I'm trying to fly over that waterfall. I used to be able to do it. I don't understand why I can't remember how to do it. There is a way. If only I could remember the right one for it. It's an L-Y one.
An L-Y word? What do you mean? Oh, I know. He wants to play the adverb game. You know, words that end in L-Y. Oh, yeah. But how about try flying happily over the waterfall? Go on, try it. Not quite right. Merrily? Try flying sadly over the waterfall. Fly bravely over the waterfall? Grumpily. That should suit him. Slowly? Hurriedly?
Did you spot them? Happily, merrily, sadly, bravely, grumpily, slowly, hurriedly. And can you remember the adverb that finally worked? It was...
Easily.
Easily. Yes, easily. The what was on the tip of my tongue all the time.
Oh, the Green Glen. So peaceful, so magical, and so, green. Yep, there's no doubt about it. You certainly get through a lot of describing words when you're writing a story, especially when the scenes are so different. And that's where the adjectives come in. I mean, take this place. The Castle of Gloom. How would you describe it? And don't say gloomy.
Come and hang from one of these spikes.
What did you think? I found some good ones. How about, scary? Or awesome? Spooky? And what about this place? Can you think of some words that describe this?
This way.
Or this? Any
there you are.
ideas?
There you are. Bit of help at last. Guess the master said there might be some humans here.
You need a whole barrel full of adjectives to describe those places. so it's a good job I've got one. And of course you can always use it to describe people too. Like Simon. How would you describe him to someone who didn't know him? And Miss Wordsworth. What do you think? I think my favourite word for Miss Wordsworth is kind, or helpful, or maybe even pretty, or him. Right. I've got lots of adjectives to describe him. What would you suggest? Nasty for a start, and then there's evil, wicked, monstrous, fiendish, hateful, repulsive. Oh, I'm sorry. Got carried away. But not to worry. All these words mean roughly the same thing. So that means we can keep them over here, in my favourite section, the synonym bin. Synonyms. Different words that mean the same. Remember the time when I was zonked and lying helpless and hopeless in Peter's bag? Well, they didn't know it then, but Miss Wordsworth and the children used a whole load of synonyms to help me out. Make a list of all the synonyms you can spot in this scene. You should be able to find 7.
What do you mean?
Think of words that'll make him feel better. Or stronger.
You mean like health?
More.
What about strength?
Power.
Might?
That's it, great words, keep going.
Another word for might.
Come on.
Energy! Force!
Vigor.
Look at him. It's working.
Ha-ha! Zip, zap, zee! You don't bury me! So, did you get them all? Another really important thing that Burley used in the story was words that rhyme and words that don't rhyme. Do you remember the rhyme chime chamber?
Where are we now? Like a hall. A place for a ball. Seen them all dancing here. What face and all.
Oh, it's cold in here. Let's get out.
We're trapped. Help!
Don't shout. They'll never hear us through these stones.
We'll die in here.
2 heaps of bones. Hey, I talked in rhyme.
Well, you seem to be doing it all the time.
Some people think that making a rhyme is easy peasy, bright and breezy. You just put another letter at the beginning and you've got yourself a rhyme. Take a word like hall. Cut the top off. Put another letter in its place. And bingo! You've got ball. Hall rhymes with ball. That's a great way to make a rhyme. But it's not always that simple. It doesn't work for some words, because what about a word like cough, huh? When you take the top off cough and put another letter on, hey presto, you end up with, bow. But bow doesn't rhyme with cough. Bow rhymes with cow. So you have to take the letter off again. Choose another one. And what have you got? Rough, which also doesn't rhyme with cow, bow, or cough. You see, when you want to spot a rhyme, you need to listen to what words sound like instead of what they look like. So, for a word like Peter, you can have Peter, liter, meter, heater. They look different, but they sound the same. Use your ears. Saves a lot of trouble. How many rhymes can you spot here?
We're going mad!
No, it's not that bad.
Please help us.
My name is Zzaap.
Look, we're trapped, and we keep speaking verse.
Yes, I can hear that.
There's nothing worse.
You will escape. There'll be a time when you speak a word that doesn't rhyme. It really won't take much detection. You'll find it in your own reflection.
Reflection? Well, what can you see, Peter?
Peter, liter, meter, water heater. What about Josie? Nosy, dozy.
No, that's not it. I've got it.
Can you remember the word that didn't have a rhyme?
It's the mirror. Tell me a word that rhymes with mirror. Birra, hirra, tirra. There isn't one.
Can you think of any other words that would have got them out? Words that don't rhyme with anything else? Here's another thing that can get you out of trouble when you're writing. Commas, full stops, apostrophes. These days, I always keep a good stock in, 'cause you never know when you're going to need them. Take a look at this. Not a full stop or a comma in sight. Now, when that happens, you have to get cracking. I usually put the dots in first, the full stops. That's the hardest part, finding where one sentence begins and where another one ends. The best way to do it is to read it out loud, and when something makes sense, stop. You take a look. Say where you think the full stops come. A crack appeared in the rock. That's one. The footprints led into it, and together Peter and Josie followed. That's a long one. Zzaap didn't. Whew, that's a short one. Instead, he stayed behind. Ta-da! And when all the sentences are split up in different colours, putting the full stops in is easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. And don't forget about the capital letters. Now for the comma. Commas tell you when to leave a short pause when you're reading. There's only one. Where do you think it comes? A crack appeared in the rock. The footprints led into it, and together Peter and Josie followed. Zzaap didn't. Instead, comma, he stayed behind. And now, there's just one of these left. Apostrophes. They look just like commas, except you put them up in the air instead of down on the ground, especially where letters have been missed out. Like here, for example. You see? Zzaap didn't is really short for Zzaap did not. And do you know why Zzaap did not? I mean, do you know why I did not? Because I was about to fight the evil Victor virus, that's why not. All these words and full stops and things are important, but you still have to think about how to make it a really good story. And that means you have to think about getting interesting characters and then making things difficult for them, so they have to make mistakes and learn things along the way. I mean, I started off all right, flying in to help Josie and Peter. But then look what happened. I got zonked by the baddie. And then I got zonked by the goodies, because even Simon and Francis thought I was the virus. But with a little help from my friends, Peter and Josie, I lived to fight again. But it was only in the final moments of the final chapter that at last I won the final battle.
The sand is running out.
I know! Word and master!
Time's up. And at the end of the contest, Victor Virus has scored 19. And Zzaap has scored 20.
Yes! You see, every story is a journey. Sometimes smooth, sometimes bumpy. That's what makes an adventure really worth reading. The twists and the turns and what each character learns. Remember Josie and Peter at the beginning? They didn't like each other all that much, did they?
Why do I have to play it with her? I know she'll win.
But by the end, they were getting on famously.
Simon, your game was brilliant.
I knew it would be. You were really good at it, Peter.
So are you.
So, how did that happen? They must have learned something about each other during the story. What do you think they learned? It's just like Simon and Miss Wordsworth. They didn't get off to the best of starts either.
What's going on?
Shall I tell Miss Wordsworth?
No, wait a bit. I'll have a word with her. Miss Wordsworth?
Yes?
Did anyone touch the game this morning?
This morning? No. Why? Is there a problem with Peter and Josie?
Oh, no, no problem. I'll keep an eye on them for you.
Right, hands up. Who thinks that Simon should have told Miss Wordsworth what was happening straight away? And who thinks Miss Wordsworth should have told Simon she'd been messing with his game? So, why didn't they? Maybe they just didn't want to admit they'd made a mistake. Or maybe they thought it wasn't that important. But in the end, they got into such a mess, they just had to tell the truth.
Miss Wordsworth,
Simon, I've got something to tell you.
I've got something to tell you. You first.
And from that moment on, they worked together. Like Josie and Peter, they discovered that two heads were better than one. Right heads?
Left. Right. Left. Right.
Well, maybe not always. But you see what I'm saying? It was a good story because all the characters ended up in difficult situations, and the things they did could either make the situation better or worse. In the end, it worked out fine. Not for Victor, but for me, and Josie, and Peter, and Miss Wordsworth, and Francis, and Simon. Of course, none of them could have done it without me. But then, I was the hero. And that's what heroes are for, to make sure that the goodies win. In the end. Ah, here she comes now. I better get back to my corner.
I can't wait to tell you, Zzaap.
I know that tone of voice.
I've got this great idea for a story.
Here we go again. Bye!
And there's more from Look and Read in 2 weeks' time, here on BBC Two.
My name's Serena Cowdy, and I wrote this poem 2 years ago when I was 11. It's called Excuses, Excuses. I wrote this poem because I've heard so many different kinds of excuses from so many different people, I decided to get a few of them down on paper. This poem took me about 35 minutes to think of, and about 5 minutes to write down. It usually works like that. I usually end up writing it down very quickly indeed. Well, you see, sir, the reason I'm late, sir, is because my mam fell down the stairs and squashed our dog. Gran took a funny turn when she saw what Mam did to the cheese plant when she fell. So an ambulance came and took our Gran away. And by this time I'd missed the bus, what with all the excitement. And when the next came, there was only one place left. So I was kind, like you're always telling me to be, sir, and let old Mrs. Briggs on first. So then I had to walk, which took about 3 years, sir. So you see, sir, I didn't go to Natalie Wilson's Valentine's party and then oversleep this morning, just in case you thought I had.
Adding some razzle-dazzle to the morning now on BBC Two. We're meeting Molly with her trolley and finding out what goes beep.